Hey, how's it going, guys? Neutral Mod here. Welcome back to another video here on the BoG Clan channel. In this video, you're going to witness Fall3nWarrior going ahead and explaining to you guys episode 2 of strategies, tips, and tricks for Overwatch. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to keep on gaming. Peace.
3, 2, 1.
What's up, guys? Fall3nWarrior here with a brand new video. Today I present to you the second episode in my tactics and strategy series for Overwatch. This episode will showcase some footage of me playing Mercy on the defend phase on the map Route 66. Just like my previous video, which covered Symmetra, I will be walking you through my strategy and the tactics that I used in order to defend the first capture point. Sadly, the attackers were unable to even capture the first point. Don't forget to like the video and consider subscribing to my channel if you like what you see. In fact, let me know in the comment section below what you thought of the video, and feel free to ask questions about anything that was unclear. Your feedback is very important to me. Anyways, that's all for now, and I hope you enjoy, and I will catch you all later.
This is how I feel right now. I just need you here right now. Here right now.
Unlike my last video, instead of filling a hole in our team composition, I decided that I wanted to play Mercy right at the beginning. As the rest of my team began to choose their heroes, I was able to determine that Mercy was the best pick. Mercy was the right pick since her healing rate is a bit quicker than the other support heroes. Since we probably weren't going to be grouped up, I decided not to choose Lucio instead. Now you could say that Zenyatta would be a good choice since he can heal from a distance without being on the front line. However, I felt that Zenyatta was not the right pick, as he is typically a better choice against a very tanky team, and I knew that the attackers wouldn't all be tanks because they needed the damage and movement in order to try and break our defenses. Plus, Mercy can buff Bastion's damage as well as Widowmaker's. That is why I went with Mercy instead of the other support heroes. My strategy for Mercy is to obviously heal all of my teammates as much as I can. Rather than focus on the enemies, I focus more on the health and status of my teammates. So instead of checking for threats from enemies, I just fly between the teammates and make sure to prioritize the ones with the least health first. If everyone is full HP, then I focus on buffing the damage on a hero like Bastion. When it comes to avoiding damage, I just make sure to stay behind cover when helping my teammates. If there is a Reinhardt on the attacking side, I make sure I stay away from him and fly away to the furthest teammate as soon as possible. So by prioritizing my teammates over the enemy, I am able to let my teammates do the fighting and focus on defense, while I focus on keeping everyone in the action. However, early on in this match, I made Bastion my early priority. With a good Bastion and Mercy on a team, it makes it hard for the attackers to push forward. So initially, rather than healing Roadhog and breaking my cover, I decided to buff Bastion and heal him if he needed it, all while staying under cover within the broken container on the right side. After the Bastion died, I then began to use my normal strategy, which I just went over. I started healing my team and focused on keeping them combat effective. It is highly important that you get your resurrection charged as soon as possible. I find the fastest way to do this is to heal the tank on your team, especially if he or she is low on health. This way, it takes longer to heal them and it gives you more charge to your ultimate than healing a bunch of squishy people. However, you do want to keep your teammates alive, so heal your tank as much as you can, provided that your squishy teammates aren't almost dead. All you have to do now is prioritize who you're going to heal and avoid damage from the attackers. Another minor tactic that I use on occasion when the tank on my team pushes up is heal them from a distance. This allows the tank hero to push forward without dying, and at the same time I get to constantly heal them as they absorb damage, thus increasing the rate at which I charge Mercy's resurrection, and also pushing the attackers back. Typically, you want to save your resurrection for when a lot of your teammates are down. However, since we had pushed them back a bit, I decided to use it in order to raise Reinhardt and keep up the pressure. After I raised the Reinhardt, we then lost Bastion on the left side. Since I had already used my resurrection, I was unable to revive him and we were no longer able to hold our position, so we fell back a bit. I looked around and saw that Junkrat was low and flew up to heal him. Right after I healed him, I noticed Roadhog was low, but he was still being attacked. Unfortunately, he died and there was nothing I could do to save him. Shortly after Roadhog went down, we began to lose our defenses. Almost everyone on the team had just respawned and was running back to defend, leaving nobody to help stop the payload except me and Reaper. Since Reaper was on the other side of the enemies, I decided to whip out my pistol and try and do some damage and contest the point. However, with Reaper dying shortly after that, I was the only one left to guard the payload and therefore was shortly eliminated after that. If I had saved my resurrection instead of resurrecting Reinhardt earlier, maybe this would have turned out differently. But I had made that decision and decided to continue my current strategies. The attackers capitalized on this moment and were able to push the payload up the hill and around the corner. Since I got cut out by that Roadhog and was unable to escape him by flying to a teammate, I was eliminated quickly after I respawned. This allowed the attackers to push even further as I was not there to heal and support my team. That is why it is crucial that you stay away from the enemy because you can't support your team when you are dead. A quick tactic that I use when I'm in a rush to get back to my team is try and fly to a teammate who is ahead of me on their way from spawn to the fight. Try to maximize the distance that you travel when using this tactic. After finally managing to return to the fight, I decided to resurrect the Bastion who just died. I decided to raise him because the enemy team was not pushing at the time and it would be a good time for him to set up in a good place to stop the attackers from moving any closer. After raising him, I decided to boost his damage since all of my teammates seemed to be in good shape HP wise. I noticed the enemy Genji tried to sneak around and assassinate a couple of us. Luckily I was able to avoid his damage and heal Roadhog at the same time. This resulted in Genji being eliminated and prevented any sort of casualties on my team before the final push by the attackers. Shortly after that, Roadhog and Reinhardt decided to push up on the enemy Roadhog who was trying to flank us using the tunnel. I decided to heal the Reinhardt so that he could stay alive and keep his shield up while our Roadhog shot their Roadhog from safety. In the middle of the fight, the enemy Roadhog used his ultimate and we were knocked back. I avoided the damage and healed Roadhog, preventing him from being eliminated. After this, he returned fire with his ultimate. Unfortunately, I was killed by Reinhardt shortly after. However, using the tactic I mentioned earlier, I flew to the furthest allied hero and was able to get back in the fight quickly. After returning to the fight, I noticed that I had resurrection charged. I knew that I needed to save this as there was only a minute left to the match. I saw that our Roadhog had gone down behind the enemy team. Since Reinhardt seemed low, I decided to use my ult on Roadhog, who was behind the attackers at the time. In the end, this paid off and Roadhog was able to do enough damage with his ultimate to weaken and push the enemy team away from the payload. And with the help of the rest of my team, we wiped out the rest and won the match, since there was nobody on the attacking team to contest the payload. Well guys, that is all for episode 2 of my Overwatch Tactics and Strategies series. I hope that you learned something new today and are able to improve your game as Mercy going forward. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments on the video, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe for more great videos like this one. Next week, I will probably make a video on Lucio, so stay tuned for more. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all soon.